and gentlemen, this is game one. The Valley going up against ACKERMAN. Who will take this, G?
You know, I mean, I got it. The ACKERMAN's looking really good. We're already seeing Yureshi showing a little bit of presence, and this is what we like to see early on into the game. They already know where Mobizane's at. That's the vision, that's the presence that we see from high tier players like this. And again, you were saying the Yuzong, we got to keep an eye out on it, you know, because it comes down to the person that's playing the hero to be able to get in there, and then the communication with the team. We already might see a fight here. We do see Zane able to hit that retry and get the Lethal Wander. So again, I mean, we just got to keep a little bit of an eye out on Chicken on the Yuzong. Zia on this Wanwan, man. Again, MVP, always going out to Zia, has been one of the biggest factors for ACKERMAN here. So we'll see what can possibly go down here, T-Rex.
Yeah, Basic is going to kind of have this poke advantage on Zia in these early stages, right? But I think as it moves on, Zia could end up having the advantage as well. Shark and Hoon, just the tag team right now. Their rotations, their middle lane clear. Shen just not really able to keep up with it, especially with Gauss QD hovering in this bottom lane. Now, Turtle will be up in 2 seconds. We've seen how well Zane does with the heavy spin to zone away Ballmans when he's going against it. So will he be able to do that here and help secure this first objective?
I mean, I think it's just going to come down to the team rotation. Again, they're always showing vision to be able to know where the location of each of the members of ACKERMAN is. So Ballmon's always going to secure the objective. It's going to come down to whose retry is a little bit better. They're kind of waiting and baiting it here, dragging the turtle back and forth. It's like a tug-of-war match between Mobizane and Tarzan right now. Feathered airstrike.
Feathered airstrike comes down. Fried Chicken tries with the engage. Mobizane still on the turtle. Fried Chicken able to zone them away, and Zane takes the turtle unobstructed. Now he's going to move into the bases. Yureshi tries to zone in onto Fried Chicken, but we were talking about Zia. This could also be a problem for Shen. That Black Dragon, every time we see the Feathered Airstrike come down, that is going to be Fried Chicken's job. And if he gets that Petrify in the knockup onto either of those two squishes in the background, it could spell a big problem for ACKERMAN here.
It can. And one of the things we do have to point out that, you know, I'm just now catching is ACKERMAN is, they have 3 Purifies. Almost everybody that's not, you know, the gold lane and the jungle, they're just not wanting to get caught by an Akai here. And I mean, even the slow effects, you're actually in a little bit of trouble though.
Ooh, taking a lot of damage there. He is able to get away. That is very, very close. Tarzan though coming in onto Fried Chicken, doing a little bit of damage. Luckily the pass was not there. Tarzan brings down the lethal counter, does not get the finish, but Hoon and Shark continue to pressure into this mid lane and continue to pressure into the enemy jungle here. Now Zane with the knock-up onto Gauss QD. Couldn't quite connect the heavy spin though. Gauss QD may be able to get away from this. Zia looking for something, able to keep some patience on, and doesn't use a crossbow tank, but we're actually on the top side. Fried Chicken taking a lot of damage. First blood of this game goes to the side of ACKERMAN and falls into the pocket of Tarzan.
It does. I mean, ACKERMAN looking really good. They seen the heavy presence into that gold lane and then responded very well with taking out Chicken. The biggest thing that we are seeing, you know, they got the first blood. But they're a little bit on the hesitant side. They're not overextending. They're not trying to make his mistakes. They're just on, I would say, the back foot, but they're hesitating. You know, they're like what you were saying, T-Rex. They don't want to be that first engager.
And I would say honestly, like ACKERMAN, they're okay with taking this game slow. They have some nice late game potential with Shen and Zia. Add that along with Yureshi on this Esmeralda, towards Fried Chicken on the Yuzong, it may fall off at some point. It's not going to do, I think, as well as the Esmeralda will. So ACKERMAN okay with taking this game slow, and now Basic in the bottom side getting taken out in a 1v1. Mobizane though uses the heavy spin to zone them away and is able to take that turtle. The Valley trying to pick up something. Fried Chicken finds Shen. Now is going to move in forward. Mobizane also here. You're actually just trying to keep them at bay. Shark has used the Cult Altar, so they won't have that. Tarzan taking a lot of damage. The Fallen Star Moon just misses. Now Fried Chicken also very low. You're actually picks up that that kill, able to take him down. Fried Chicken at 1 and 2 in a overall 1-for-1 trade for the side of ACKERMAN.
Yeah, but look at this, you know, like Zia in the bot lane already able to secure that tower, already has the corrosive scythe, building a little bit of physical defense to counter, you know, the Melissa, to counter the Kai. So we're seeing some presence. We're probably going to be seeing maybe a lane swap here, you know, for Yureshi to go down to the bot lane. But we do see maybe a little bit of a gank now on Zia. They really need a lockdown on Zia, though.
Yeah, they need to lock down on this tower at this point because now ACKERMAN is a step ahead. And look at Yureshi cutting that lane right now. Tarzan also hiding out, knowing that they might try to come in. Tarzan now moving in onto Zane's jungle. Zane knows he's there, misses the knockup, can't quite connect, does secure his blue buff though. Shark gets a Shadow Stampede. Tarzan pulled back to basic and Hoon. Tarzan is trying to get away. The feathered airstrike comes down, keeping Hoon at bay. ACKERMAN definitely playing a very clean game right now. Could be coming out on top. The only thing I think that's been keeping the Valley in this gold-wise is those neutral objectives they've been able to take.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and it's good to see, like, both teams are reading it. They're not allowing the Mobazane to, you know, encroach into their side of the river. So we'll see something go down, but Yureshi
is in a bit of trouble, uses the Purify though, gonna get knocked back. Hoon and Shark also here. Yureshi in a very bad spot. Gonna use the Falling Star. Moon trying to bounce around, but Basic does close in, hits some more chip damage. Yureshi now just trying to pull them away from the middle, buy as much time for his team to take this turtle as possible. It's 3-2 on the board, and ACKERMAN is just ever so slightly behind, but with this turtle, things should be back to even.
Yep, and they are pushing into this mid tower, but the feathered airstrike does come out to zone them. So, I mean, both teams are looking really good, but Zia coming in, taking a second tier tower at the 7-minute mark. This is looking good for ACKERMAN. If they can keep this up, keep the stride going, they're going to be looking really good. Zia still 1-0, has not died yet. Super Shark is getting a little bit of presence, you know, but I mean, it's going to be coming down to this next Lord coming up in 86 seconds here, T-Rex.
I gotta say, ACKERMAN just playing a good, clean game right now. Not a lot of kills, both teams taking it slow, but getting it where it matters. Feather Airstrike comes down, Hoon forced to use the black shoes, still bursts it down. 70 seconds until this Lord. Now, those 3 Purifies definitely coming in clutch at this point. Zia at 1-0, definitely very far ahead of Basic. It's going to be a while until Basic really comes online. Mobazane, though, uses the heavy spin. Gauss Cutie with the Purify, able to get away. Will end up getting pinned down, though. Uses that guiding eagle, or the soaring eagle, to try to spin around. The stun locks onto Zane, but he's going to be able to escape that. But still, just when it looks like the Valley is about to make a play happen, ACKERMAN comes in. And now with them, that full lane in the gold side, Yureshi's going to be able to harass and harass and harass and help create pressure for these neutral objectives like the Lord.
Yeah, and I mean, they're not allowing the Valley to snowball, which is something you really need to do against a ball mob. Presence, seeing the control, it's absolutely crazy. But both teams are they're fighting back and forth. But without further ado, we do have a Facebook giveaway here. What you guys need to do is type in hashtag NACT fall season and tag a friend on Facebook, and you can do it in the NA Esports Discord as well in the chat to possibly get a unique gift code now.
Yeah, but don't do it or if you're going to do it fast, because the Lord is already down to 50% as Zane works away on it. Zia looking for something here, trying to find a moment. Tarzan also walking in. The Cult Altar comes out. Tarzan getting pinned against the wall. Zane takes the Lord, but Tarzan continues without damage, but he goes down. Basic picking up that kill. Fried Chicken and the Black Dragon tries to lock on a Shen, but the Wings by Wings comes out, and he's able to get away. Now Yureshi in the thick of things. Zia looking for something, can't quite find it, goes down. Mega kill going to Basic there. It's a 2-for-1 trade and a Lord to the side of the Valley. They come out on top there.
Wow. I mean, that was a crazy turnaround, you know. Now this is where a little bit of a snowball is happening for the side of the Valley, and they just great responses having to, again, Shen's having to use this feathered airstrike a lot to zone the lanes and keep this mid tower at bay. And of course, the Lord is now going to be barreling it down. This is the moment that the Valley is going to be able to need to change a little bit of the tide, clean up a lot of these first tier towers, and make it into the second tier. What we need to see is I just have not seen a crossbow attack come out by Zia, and it just comes down to that I feel like they're trying to bait out that Cult Altar, and they're not able to. But Tarzan
taking a lot of damage there. They dive. They're on top. An unstoppable kill. Locks in for Basic. He is online. 5-1-0. Gauss Cutie forced to back off. Zane, though, onto Shen after the feather airstrike. Shark gets the Shadow Stampede. Shen almost pulled to death, but able to go back to base. But the towers are falling. The presence is here. The Valley waited it out, kept gold even, and now they are ready to strike. Yureshi, though, hiding out in this bush, does get found out, knows this is not a fight he wants to take. The Valley was just biding time, and now they're taking towers, moving in for the kill.
They're taking towers, and I mean, this is what we like to see from teams, and they're just cleaning up the map. Like we were saying, they took all of the first tier and they've done a decent amount of damage under the second tier. The snowball is starting to form and is kind of going downhill for ACKERMAN, but I mean, they can still respawn. They have a lot of damage, a lot of possibility, and all it takes is one Lord to turn the tide here. And all the teams are just 5-manning right now. Chicken coming in to zone out and take another second tier tower. You see, the Valley's just utilizing a lot of their ability, their utilizations to be able to take key objectives like this. And you know, ACKERMAN, they're backing away, going in and keeping ACKERMAN at bay, and making them utilize a lot of their tactics and their abilities. And I don't know if ACKERMAN can do much right now. They're kind of just trying to hold their towers here, T-Rex.
Yeah, and it's not easy at all. Like you said, Fried Chicken using that Black Dragon so proactively, right? Not even as an engage, but just as, you know, similar to the Feathered Airstrike, just kind of creating space so that they can secure every objective they want. And now the Valley has just rubber banded back into this game. Not only back into this game, but taking a huge lead of 5,000 gold. With Lord now on the field, the Valley still playing it patient, not trying to force anything. And this is what we'd like to see. Zia has just locked in the Malefic Roar, so maybe something, but Zia instantly deleted. That is a very bad start for the second Lord of this game. ACKERMAN, though, maybe looking for something. Shen and Tarzan decide to back off. They know it is a battle they cannot win currently. They need more time.
They do. And I mean, Zia just walked right into a bush and was ultimately deleted. And I gotta say, it could possibly be because they have a dive heavy comp that we've seen from the very beginning. You know, is really the Matilda playing off for ACKERMAN? I think they needed more of a high, like a heavy set tank. We already now have a Luminous Lord barreling down. The snowball is already like flying down the hill now. Can ACKERMAN utilize this to defend, you know? Like, we already see Yureshi doing a really good job splitting that bottom lane, but the Luminous Lord coming in, T-Rex.
Oh, and Fried Chicken brings in the Black Dragon with expert timing. He knows Shen wants to use that Feathered Airstrike, but Shen cannot well. That is coming, finally does bring it down. The Lord taking a bit of damage. Zia is going to be able to melt it down, but two inhibitors are down. Zane, though, finding Zia with that heavy spin. The rest of the team is here. Zia looking for something, but goes down to Shark. Yureshi now onto the backside, though, with the Fallen Star Moon. Connects onto Zane, Hoon, and Chicken. Basic working on Gals, though. Gals very low, needs more health. Basic flickers in, and the base goes down. The Valley takes game one.
GG's. The Valley does take game one. And, you know, I actually overall liked ACKERMAN's like picks, you know, but the Valley just was able to secure the zonage